This is the Isinwheel Z1 Electric Scooter, and my first take is that it's built like a little tank with real punch, but it asks you to accept some compromises. Key features that stood out to me are the 1000-watt rear hub motor, a claimed 28 miles per hour top speed, a 48V 15 amp hour battery rated for about 25 miles, 10-inch tires, front and rear suspension, dual disc brakes, turn signals, and a foldable frame that supports up to 330 pounds. On paper, it reads like a serious commuter with some off-road flavor. In hand and underfoot, it mostly delivers on power, braking, and lighting, while comfort and high-speed stability need attention. From my experience, the modal is the headline. 1000 watt in plain terms means strong torque, so it pushes off the line with snap and doesn't bog down on hills. I'm about 200 pounds, and the Z1 pulled me up the kind of neighborhood grades that make smaller scooters beg for mercy. It keeps pulling through the mid-range too. I was consistently cruising in the low 20s MPH without fuss. On a flat, tucked a bit, I did see the speedometer flirt with the high 20s. That said, near the top end, I felt a light wobble in the steering. It wasn't a violent shake, but it made me tighten my grip and back off a hair. I checked the stem latch, tightened the handlebar clamp and axle nuts, and it improved, but I still wouldn't bomb around at peak speed one-handed. In my opinion, the Z1 is happiest in the 15 to 24 MPH window, where it feels planted and responsive. Range has been solid, with mixed riding, eco and comfort modes around town, then some bursts of sport. I've been getting close to the advertised 25 miles when I ride smoothly and keep tire pressure right. If I live in turbo, it drops, as expected. The battery is 720 watt-hours, which is decent capacity for this class. Charging took me around 7 to 8 hours from low to full, so it's an overnight scooter for most people. The BMS, battery management system, essentially acts like a safety manager for the pack, preventing overcharge or over-discharge. I haven't had heat issues, and the charger stays reasonably cool. Ride comfort is a split story. The front swing arm hydraulic setup is the star here. It soaks up pothole edges and sidewalk seams far better than the typical little spring forks found on budget scooters. The rear uses a simpler spring, and it's on the firm side with short travel. On clean pavement, no problem. On broken city streets or gravel paths, I felt the back end chatter while the front stayed composed. Think cushy front, stiff rear. If you're new to scooters, suspension is what helps absorb bumps, so your knees and wrists don't. Hydraulic setups tend to react more smoothly. Basic springs can feel bouncy or harsh. The Z1's mismatch isn't a deal breaker for me, but it's noticeable on rough surfaces. The tires on my unit are 10-inch pneumatic, meaning they're air-filled. That matters because air tires flex and help filter vibration. I ran them around 35 to 40 psi, depending on load and surface, and they handle pavement, packed dirt, and grass shortcuts fine. I did see conflicting listings online about solid versus pneumatic tires for this model. Mine are definitely pneumatic. You can see and use the valves, and I had to top them up. It's worth double-checking the listing you're buying from just to be sure, because solid tires ride firmer and need different expectations. Braking is excellent. Dual disc brakes front and rear, plus electronic cutoff, often called EABS, give confident stops. The electronic cutoff simply cuts power to the motor as you brake, so you're not fighting acceleration while slowing. Modulation at the levers is good, meaning I could feather them without locking up on dry pavement. From my experience, stopping from around 20 miles per hour felt controlled and quick, and the rotors didn't squeal once bedded in. The lighting package is a pleasant surprise. The headlight throws far enough for city cruising, the rear light flashes under braking, and the turn signals are bright and intuitive. Footboard ambient lights add a nice side glow. In my opinion, this 360-degree visibility is a real safety win for dusk rides. I also like the display, clean, bright, and readable in daylight, and the simple, single-button operation for speed modes. The app paired quickly and gave me the basics I care about: speed readout, battery gauge, trip info, and a simple lock function. I'd still bring a cable lock for real security, but the e-lock is handy for quick stops. Ergonomics are good for my stance. The deck is wide with grippy texture, and I could plant both feet comfortably without feeling cramped. The bars are a nice height for my frame, and the grips don't twist or get slippery. The whole scooter feels sturdy. That robustness comes with weight. At roughly 50 pounds, it's not fun to carry up multiple flights of stairs. The fold is solid and quick, and it fits in a car trunk, but it's more fold to store than fold to shoulder. If you plan to combine it with public transit daily, consider whether the mass and length will be an issue. A few setup notes helped my experience. I checked all fasteners after the first ride: stem hinge, handlebar clamp, axle nuts, brake caliper bolts, and a small tighten made a noticeable difference in steering feel, keeping the tires at proper PSI smoothed out chatter and preserved range. I also set my speed mode to comfort for crowded areas, sport for open streets, and saved turbo for empty stretches I know well. That makes the scooter feel more predictable, which matters as speeds climb. It's perfect for bigger riders who need real torque, hilly neighborhoods, and commuters who value strong brakes and good lights. The 330-pound capacity is not just a spec sheet flex. The chassis feels ready for heavier loads and a backpack. From my experience, it's also a solid pick if your city streets are paved but rough, with manhole lips, patched cracks, or gravel shoulders. I wouldn't pick it for technical trail riding. The rear suspension will wear you out on rocky paths, even though the tires can handle light off-road detours. A couple of cautions I'd share. I noticed the high-speed wobble until I tuned the hardware and body position, and it never fully disappeared. If you're new to scooters, take your time ramping up speed and keep both hands firm on the bars. Also, I've seen mixed spec sheets about the tire type across different listings. My unit is pneumatic, but I'd confirm before buying. And because the battery is sizable, plan your charging around a nightly top-up. If you ride hard twice in one day, that second ride might be shorter, unless you sneak in a midday charge. I'd recommend this for riders who prioritize power, braking, lighting, and load capacity over portability and plush rear suspension. If your daily use is a steady commute with occasional shortcuts through grass or packed dirt, the Z1 fits. If you want feather light and backpack friendly, this isn't it. In conclusion, the Isinwheel Z1 hits the key performance notes that matter to me. Strong motor, dependable range, serious brakes, and outstanding visibility. The front suspension is great, the rear could be better, and the high-speed stability asks for respect and a bit of setup. For a powerful urban scooter that can take a beating and carry a larger rider, it's a compelling choice with a few quirks to manage. I'll keep riding it, keep an eye on the hardware tightness, and see how the battery holds up through more cycles. I will post full information about the Isinwheel Z1 electric scooter in the comments section. See you in the following videos.